Hello folks, so today's video I'm going to let you in on the inspection we did in real time of these two hives. These hives were installed July 5th of 2021 and the inspection we're doing is July 29th of 2021. I apologize up front that it is a windy day and I'm using just a cell phone to do my recording. So there is a lot of wind noise and I apologize for that. Holy suffering. That one. So it's worth noting in these inspections is that the frame that Gary's holding up there is one of the Langstroth deep frames and that I put into the conversions. You can look back at my other videos to see how we built those conversion pieces. But those frames came with brood and bees on them. This frame that I'm now holding up in front of the camera is one of the frames I put in on July 5th with absolutely nothing on them. So within 20 or 19 days, I guess, they have built all of that comb, filled it up, and actually put honey and capped it, and put the brood and capped it. So they did a fantastic amount of work in a very short period of time. And that's one of mine, or? Yep. No? Okay. This one is, this has got brood and right full of larvae. So here at this stage, once they've got some of these built out though, Gary, now we can start to transition some of these nearer to the to the entrance, right?
Move these away.
And move these guys away. And then theoretically, when they
oh, look at all the honey there. It's spilling out the top.
Oh, this is a heavy frame, this one. Oh, wow. Holy suffering.
Oh, there's brood, capped brood, and there's honey, and
Nice.
And the other side is every bit as full.
listen to me talk, like I knew what I was talking about.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, and they've done a nice job in that frame.
Yeah, they really have.
Wow.
That's crazy how fast they did that. So that's like, what, 3 weeks?
3 weeks from nothing.
Wow.
Really, that's what I think is neat. So again, you hear kind of our excitement with the amount of work that they've done by building the wax foundation. And again, these were completely blank frames. They didn't even have a starter strip on them. All they had was the frame and the wire. So they've done a lot of work, and we didn't have any beginning. This is brand new hives. I don't have any built out Layens frames with comb on them. So every single one of the Layens frames that went in there had nothing on them. So any thing that's been built, it has been done since we installed this package of bees. And that's the same on both hives as we do the inspections. So the other thing you might notice as we're doing these inspections here is we have a Layens frame, and then we have one of the conversion frames, and then we have a Layens and a conversion. And we did that because when we did our inspection maybe 3 or 5 days after the installation of the bees, we noticed that they were staying on the original frames, the Langstroth frames. And our goal here with this hive is to actually get them to transition off of the Langstroth frames and only use ours. So when I mentioned earlier in this video about we might be able to move them, the theory is that the frames that are kept nearer to their entrance that they use is where they will build their brood. So our plan is to take all of my frames, the Layens frames, move them close to the entrance, and in this hive the entrance is to the left, and take the frames that have the conversion piece and move them the full way to the right, so that they stop using the Langstroth frames to put brood onto.
Here.
And they got tons on their legs still, like that they're trying to process, I guess. Oh, you got the middle one there, right? Yep. Okay, so I'll just leave you some room here.
So should you be cutting that part away there, like where it's sticking out, and I'm assuming over there too?
If it's not touching on the next frame, I'm not going to stress it.
Okay.
always trying to keep them so they can go push them right together.
So this is nectar or honey, one or the other. Maybe you want to see
It's
it?
probably nectar at this stage.
Yeah.
It's on its way to becoming honey. As soon as they get it dried out.
Now this is interesting. Hardly a bee on this.
No? Put a few on this side.
Yeah, well, almost nothing on this side.
There's something to do with that outside wall.
Oh. And it's nearly like it's got nectar, but I don't see anything on it for. And you know what? It almost looks to me like, Gary, like they didn't fix the
Combs?
combs yet. They did on these ones that they had something in, but the lower ones
Funny
they didn't.
Funny they're putting anything in it.
Well, yeah, but they fixed the ones that they're putting it in.
Interesting to see how they do that. Cool.
But this is cat brood on this side. All right, here we are beginning the inspection of the second hive. So when I just said that the bees had fixed some of the cells, what I'm referring to is if you look at this one here, on this conversion piece, the Langstroth deep frames that we have put into these conversions are hanging at 90 degrees from the way that the bees would have originally built the comb. When they build the comb, they put a 5-degree incline so that the honey and nectar stay within the cell. So now it's forced the bees on these, when we've turned them to 90 degrees, to actually fix that and put a new 5-degree incline, because now these are hanging upside or 90 degrees off of the original. And these ones here, Joe, on the right, see how they look like a little bubble top?
What?
Like, see the ones over here, there's like a mat of them? But the ones on the right are like the top of them is like bubbled.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're drones.
Okay.
So the boy bees.
Okay.
So let's see. Are they close though?
No, this side has quite a bit of cap brood, and
Okay.
she's also got some new larvae in here.
Okay, well that's
The
fine.
other side has nothing except for
And again, we can let it see, and then I can stick a couple empty frames in between, like, you know, the worst thing.
oh no, it doesn't hurt to move them down at the end. They'll do their thing down there.
Yeah.
They may be more likely to work on yours up here.
Oh, quite a bit of larvae in this one.
Oh yeah, a lot of larvae.
And it's funny how they separate. It's really funny how they fixed them. Like now the cells are still pointed towards the old up, but also turned to the new up.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. This one's nice.
Slide this one in behind you there. Again, this frame that Gary's holding there, that has all been built. The comb has been built. The nectar has been brought in. It's been turned into honey. It's been capped. The brood, all the eggs have been laid, turned into larvae, and then capped. So they've really made tremendous progress on these Layens frames.
So should you get rid of
That has surprised both Gary and I. I didn't expect that much
They
progress.
haven't bridged across. I'm not touching it.
We'll see.
Yeah. Sometimes if you take it off, they just waste their time and build it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. As Fletcher was saying, you may not have been there then, but we were asking whether to scrape it off the bottom, where they stick it down onto the bottom where they came in.
Yeah.
And he said no, because that's what they're using to climb up into the frame,
Right.
for one thing. And then
And then they're
again,
just
if you
gonna
take
redo
it,
the
if you
work.
take it off, they'll just redo it.
Yeah.
So you're wasting your time.
Yeah. He's a super nice guy.
Very nice guy. The main thing to watch is that your frames don't shake together.
Yeah.
Because eventually they'll start getting their points down in the frame.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So just keep that clean. Because if you get an extra 1/8 inch, they'll just fill the whole thing up. This gets to be more of a
It's not overly heavy feeling.
say there is none?
There is
Oh
some
no,
capped
that
on
little
this
bit
side.
capped on this side too. Oh, and eggs, actually. Oh yeah, there's eggs. It's just really hard to see on that white cone. There's quite a bit there.
That is very windy.
All kinds of capped here.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could see her. In the interest of having them not blow away, I think I'll.
All right, so we're nearing the end of our inspection of these hives, and we're very pleased with what we've seen. And I want to thank everyone for watching. If you've enjoyed our content, please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, all that stuff. And now I'm going to leave you with a little trailer of what's upcoming. So what I have here is a picture of a bee vacuum that I made, and I made it fairly cheaply. And what you're seeing here is me testing this bee vacuum on one of our cows. This is Windsor Rose Barnabas Honeybee. She's our milk cow that we milk daily. The flies are being difficult. They're a little quicker than the bees are going to be. But our next video will have the build of this tool.